Hi, this is Council Member Will Jawando. Let me actually be more correct for the African Women's Power Brunch 2021. William Openyemi Jawando. Great to be with you. I'm sorry it cannot be in person. I had a great time attending last year, and though we can't be physically present, it's an honor to be with you virtually again. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to my good friend and sister Omega and Wafamba Wapota Consulting, and thank you all for inviting me. It's always good to be with you. Thank you also for providing a platform for African women to celebrate their many, many accomplishments. And that's why I'm here. As we look right now and are celebrating Women's History Month, we know that for much of this country's history, Black women, brown women, were not included in the advancements that were made by other women. Take the right to vote. We just celebrated 100 years of women's suffrage. It took another 50 years after white women got the right to vote for Black women to actually have a chance at exercising that right in a real way. So we've come a long way, but we have a long way to go. And African women, entrepreneurs, and business owners are key to that progress and to that strategy. This year, we've been highlighting every week a small business in our community. And we have coming up one of the sisters in this network, I believe, who makes an instant, very tasty instant jollof. We won't talk about which country it's from. I'm not going to get into that. But she's one of many, many African women business owners and entrepreneurs that are doing great things in this county, this region, and in this country. So to speak to all of you is really an honor. Last year, I spoke a little bit, I think, about the Crown Act, creating a respectful and open world for natural hair. Many, many Black women in this county wake up every day and have natural hair. I'm doing my part right now. And it should be protected, and now it is in the county and in the state against discrimination, against race discrimination, which is also hair discrimination. We've continued the fight to end the school to prison pipeline. I have a bill now to take our police out of schools and invest in supports for our students, mental health, social emotional support, counselors, psychologists, therapists that our kids are going to need after this really tough over a calendar year out of school. We know that when police are in schools, our kids are disproportionately arrested, suspended, and expelled, and traumatized by having that law enforcement presence. Schools should be places of learning, of support, of love, of nurturing. And that's why we're taking this step. So I hope you'll support us. It's really unfortunate. I think a lot of people don't know this, and I've been saying it at every meeting I've been at. Maryland leads the nation in the number of young Black men incarcerated. You know who's number 2 and 3? Louisiana and Mississippi. But Maryland's number 1. Unacceptable. And things like police presence in school proven to be another entry point into this prison pipeline and this system of mass incarceration, which we must disrupt while we're working to reimagine public safety. Black students are more than 50% of the arrests, but only make up 20% of the student population. So we've got a lot of work to do. I hope you'll support Bill 4620 that I've introduced to remove school resource officers and invest in these other programs. I'm also working to support small retail businesses. I just introduced a special appropriation that will go to our committee on March 18th to help women-owned, Black-owned, Latino-owned businesses that have retail space and are struggling paying their rent. Number 1 cost for many retail space businesses. So more information coming on that. I hope to pass that this month and have that up to $10,000 in rental assistance be available shortly thereafter. So we're doing a lot of work to make sure that we stay true to what really America is supposed to be all about, a place that you can thrive and achieve your dreams no matter who you are and where you come from, to really make the resolution I introduced declaring racism a public health emergency, which we're seeing in horrible ways right now with how the vaccine's being rolled out, who's dying, our Black, our Latino residents dying, our African residents dying at the highest rates but having the lowest rates of vaccination. We're working really hard on that. And I just got off a phone call this week, and we wrote a letter this week laying out to the governor what we need to, the steps we need to take to make sure that this vaccination process, that this recovery process is equitable, because we know who's been hit hardest. So I'm here for you. You're here for me. This powerhouse of women that you have assembled, it gives me so much pride. And if there's anything I can do for you, please reach out to me. I'm very easy to find, councilmember.jawando@montgomerycountymd.gov, at Will Jawando, WILLJAWANDO, on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. But reach out to me, and I'm here for you. And happy Women's History Month, and I wish you a great event. God bless, and thank you again to my sister Omega for the invitation.